Hasno, should I start at 8 o'clock?
Yeah. Our SAA is really in, I think. Yeah. I think Rachel is in, right?
Yeah, Rachel just in. It's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Great. Over to you, Mr. Justin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Elite Toastmaster number 148. My name is Justin. I will be your Zoom master and sergeant in arm for tonight. Before we begin, there's a few house rules I'd like to remind. Before we start the meeting, can you guys please rename yourself as show it in the video? First, put your name and the bracket, put your roles. For example, my name is Justin, in the bracket SAA. If you're a guest, please indicate yourself as a guest in the bracket. So there's a few house rules. Number one, only registered guests are allowed to join the meeting. Second, please rename yourself correctly. Third, screen sharing is prohibited. Number four, please remain muted at all time unless its permission is granted. Number five, please do not record your video conference. 6, we encourage members to turn on your video. Number 7, hosts will record the meeting. Now, number 8, hosts will dismiss any members who violate the rules without any further notice. Without further ado, I would like to pass my stage to Mr. President Hasno.
Reaction, guys, reactions. Welcome, everyone. I hope you had a refreshing after long break. I'm glad and grateful for being able to attend our meeting today, and I wish to thank Justin for doing a great opening for our meeting with tema "Be Kind Even on Your Bad Days." Thank you to members and guests for taking time out and being here today to our Elite Toastmaster meeting number 148. My name is Hasnol, and I am Elite Toastmaster Club President for this term. Elite Toastmaster Club was started on March 2014 with a mission building articulate and vibrant leaders. The club providing a space and supporting environments, a place where members to practice and honing their communication and leadership skills. In return, members gain confidence in communications and building their leadership skills. Fellow members and guests, how do you feel when someone made your bad day? Or you are in Zoom at office and you are under the palm and stressed, or just want to smile a little more. Imagine yourself hearing someone of your love saying, "Darling, will it make you smile?" and love to talk with them throughout the day. For me, these little things that count and make a total difference to my day. Be kind. My life is simply a reflection to my action. If you want more love in the world, create more love in your heart. If I want more competency in my team, I will improve my own competency first. then encourage others. If I want to be more vibrant and supportive Toastmaster experience, I need to show my spontaneous and support to my fellow Toastmasters. I can assure you that you will be pleased, surprised how much support and encouragement you will receive from others. In summary, life will give you back everything you have given to it. Your life is not a coincidence. Is is it is a reflection of you. Let us reflect what we have achieved in 2020 and what we would like to accomplish in this year. Let us kickstart with new ambitions by improve your own competency and remember, be kind to others. Now, let's move the spotlight to guests. To guests, please tell us your name and how did you find Elite Toastmasters, or what bring you to our club today and what we could help you. Let's start with our first guest, Pham. Do you want to share and introduce yourself to us?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Pham. Yeah, actually, I'm being introduced by Win, one of my mentor. The reason I would like to join this is because I want to improve my public speaking skills. As a owner of my company, right? Because I am in marketing team, I will need to improve my public speaking skills and English also because my English is not so good. So that I can actually help my company to promote through like more talk or more public speakings through public speaking. Yeah, that's why I like to join and also know more about this club.
Good. Awesome. Thank you, Pham, for introducing yourself.
Mhm.
And you will have opportunity for you to learn and listen to all our club members perform their speech. And next, let's move on to our next guest. Can I have Juliana to introduce yourself? Juliana? Okay, we're waiting for Juliana to,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm Juliana, and my friends call me Jules. The reason why I decided to finally join a Toastmasters or try to join a Toastmasters because I've always been curious as to what it's like to be in a Toastmasters club. Firstly, secondly, to also improve my public speaking skills, speech, and my communication to others as well. So this is the primary reason why I wanted to join. Why I chose Elite or I came across Elite is because when I actually search on the best Toastmasters in Facebook, Elite turns out to in the first few or the top search results in Elite. So I thought, okay, maybe I should really consider joining this or try to explore what this is about. So that's where I am today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jom. I don't want to brag more about our club. You will feel your personal experience how our elite members perform all their people speech. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thanks. And let's move to our next guest. Aishu, you want to share and introduce about yourself?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ashutosh. You guys can call me Ashu. So I have been in Malaysia for last 10 months and I love the place. I'm basically from India. So why did I choose Toastmaster? Because I want to hone my public speaking skills, as I believe that it is going to help me everywhere in my professional life as well as in my personal life. And how did I find about Elite Toastmasters? So again, just like Juliana, I searched on Facebook and found Elite Toastmasters on top, as well as it is pretty close to my home. So when the things are back to normal, I can walk in pretty like 10 minutes walk from my place. So that's about it. Thank you for having me here. It's great to meet all of you.
Thank you. The the Toastmaster is not about communication. It's about the building member leadership as well. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ancho, for introducing yourself. And let's move on to our next guest, Nicole. You want to introduce about yourself?
Okay, sure. Hi, I'm Nicole. The reason why I'm here today is that similar to Juliana, all along I'm very curious about how a Toastmaster club works, and I'm very interested to improve my public speaking skills as well as the technicality in terms of delivering messaging. And I have been wanting to join a club since like last year, and this year I decided to step out of my comfort zone and try something different. So this is part of my New Year resolution, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you already do one step for beginning for this year. Very good.
Yeah, that's the first step. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here today.
Cool. Okay, so let's move on to our next guest in our Zoom. I can see we have Trang. You want to introduce about yourself, Trang?
Yes, thank you, Hasno. Hello, everybody. My name is Strang, and hello to Suwan and KJ. So I go by under the name Kara to you on WhatsApp, but then my real name is Strang. So why I'm here today? Well, it goes back for a long way because I'm here not to like personally join, looking for a club for me to join, but I'm looking for clubs for my department members to join as well. So for our company, we are looking to encourage our department members to join Toastmaster. And I have put up a list of potential clubs, and I came across the Elite Club right here, just the same method as Juliana did. I searched on Google, Facebook, and on the Toastmaster website. Yeah, and I cannot be here for a long time because I'm packed for the whole day. I'm so sorry for that. I can be maximum for another like 10 minutes. But then so far, I feel like everybody has been so friendly and so welcoming to each other. And I really look forward to bringing more members to our club in the near future.
Thank you, Trang. Thank you. I will suggest you visit us back on our next meeting, and I hope you are able to join us throughout from the start until the end. Then you can have a better understand and feeling about the Toastmaster, how the Toastmaster building members in communication and leadership. Thank you, Trang.
Definitely, I would try to look for the opportunities. Thank you. I will be contacting one anyway. All right.
All right, thank you. And let's move on to our next guest in the Zoom. I can have Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so my name is Daniel. I'm originally from Penang. I moved to KL recently for a job. So like the reason why I want to join this is because MCO happened and there's not a lot of things to do. So I want to fill up my time and schedule. And it's so good that I can join this Toastmasters because I also have been meaning to increase my communication skills and also to improve my overall confidence. I'm actually quite introverted. And also I want to expand my network to meet new people and also find people that, we can work together. So how I found this club is also the same as everyone else. apparently this club is very popular. I also searched on Facebook, and then I contacted them. Then a man named Suwan introduced me into it. So yeah.
Thank you, Daniel. You are in the right place.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, so let's move to our next guest in the Zoom list. I can see Norizan. Hi, Norizan.
Hi everyone. My name is Nora Jian. You can call me Jian.
Can you turn on your video, Norizan?
Okay. Hi everyone. Okay. The reason why I joined Toastmaster is more on building out the confidence, because I really have problems to present in front of people, even though I can communicate in English, but I always have problems to present in front of people. So one of my friends, he joined Toastmaster before, and I can see that he actually improved a lot. And I really hope that I can improve my communication skills, the way I communicate with others. Even when we have online meeting, I still have like the anxiety. I still have the problem to deliver my message confidently. So I really hope that the Toastmaster members can help me to build the confidence, and so that I can have a progression in my career as well. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Noizan. You are in the right place and right session. And don't worry, we won't bite you. And okay, let's move on. Okay, let's move on to our next guest. Can I have Mao Ho to introduce yourself?
Hi, good evening. I'm Mo Hua here from Central Mandarin Division. I joined Toastmaster for about 5 years to improve my public speaking skill and increase my self-confidence. So I was invited by Suwan today since last week. He approached me telling me that Elite Toastmaster is a very good club. I should join and see and feel the environment. So that's why I'm here today. Thanks.
Thank you, Maho. Thank you. So it will be a new journey for you joining English Toastmaster Club from Mandarin Toastmaster Club. Okay, in our Zoom, I can see there's one more guest, if a second. Rachel Ling. Rachel?
Rachel is not a guest.
Rachel is actually a member. Yeah.
Oh, you. Sorry about that, Rachel.
No, it's okay. Because this is my first time joining as a member.
Okay, welcome on board.
Thank you, thank you. My name is Rachel, and I've actually joined in as a guest twice. Last year, I was introduced by Chen Jun, who was then my colleague. Now he's actually my boss. Yeah. So last week he just nudged me. He was like, "Hey Rachel, maybe I should sponsor you for Toastmasters." And actually, it's already been something that's on my mind. So I figured, hey, why not? So I guess the reason why I'm joining is I really want to be able to connect and influence at the next level. At work, I'm a management consultant, and I also like doing a lot of health and fitness stuff on the side. So I want to be able to share my knowledge, my thoughts, my experiences with others in a very clear and compelling manner. And yeah, so that's pretty much why I'm joining Toastmasters this year. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you personally. Hopefully when the pandemic is a little bit better. And yeah, that's it for
Okay,
me.
thank you, Rachel. Thank you, and welcome to our big elite family. Okay, all right. Now I believe I already get guests to introduce their.
Have you guys know this Janice? Has she spoken?
Janice.
Yeah, our last guest, Janice.
Oh, okay. Janice. Jenny, would you like to?
Hi.
Yes, Jenny. Hi.
Yeah, okay. Hi, okay. So my name is Janice, and Suan invited me actually. So I felt really bad turning him down many, many times. So I say, this is year 2021. I have to say yes. So here I am. So sorry, Suan, for rejecting your invitation so many times last year. And okay, so here's the deal. I'm a student and I love public speaking, and I've been thinking for quite some time to join Toastmaster, but as students, you have lots of deadlines, assignments to catch. So I've been giving myself lots of excuses, like I have this deadline, so I'm not gonna attend this Toastmaster meeting. Nobody got time for that. So this year, 2021, I try to give myself a challenge to say yes to all invitations. And yeah, I've been thinking to join Toastmasters Club because, as I say, I love public speaking. I'm basically a talking head, and I believe that people who join this club are people who are actually have passion in speaking, communication. So I've been thinking for quite some time to take my passion for speaking to a new level, step out of comfort zone. So here I am tonight, and we'll see how everything goes. Thanks for having me, Sue.
Thank you, Jenny, for introducing yourself. And you are in the right place. And let's challenge yourself. Okay, make a first move. Okay, now I believe I had invite guests to introduce themselves, and actually already remind me a lot. Okay, now let's move on to our next session. I would like to call our Mamba Bear take control and deliver her toast speech. Over to you, Diane.
Thank you, Mr. President Hasno, and welcome everyone to Elite Toastmasters meeting. I'd like to actually share with you a story. This is a true story. It happened to me back when I was in Sydney and I was still working. I was working and I was also doing Toastmasters. I remember I was supposed to prepare for the contest, for one of the contests. It was my first time and I was all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't realize I had to order certain things because a few years ago, it was a requirement for us to actually order forms for the contest and everything. And I forgot to order certain things. And one of them is actually the placing certificates for the placing certificates for the contestants that would actually win third place, second place, or first place. That contest did not run well. Thank God it was a club contest. So many of the questions came up to me. It was, even the contestants started to ask me, hey, are we supposed to do this? And I just looked at the contestant and I went blank and I said, I think so. Yes, you're probably right. And at the back, I had actually my mentor who was watching me this whole time. And I started to get worried. It almost felt like, oh my God, I am letting down my mentor. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm letting down the whole club. I feel as if this is going to be one of the worst contests everyone has seen. And I remember my mentor asking me, did you actually order the trophies as well? And I forgot to order trophies as well for the contestants. That is one of my experiences when dealing with one of the contests for my very first time. Needless to say, it was a mess. I immediately waited for what could possibly be either feedback or criticism that would drown me for the next journey of my Toastmasters. My mentor came up to me. He called me aside, says, Diane, and he says to me, you did the best you could. And I was actually shocked. I was expecting him to say, this is what you did not do right, that's what you did, but he just started with, you did the best you could, and you're going to make it better. Those kind words that he gave to me, in spite of the fact that it was one of the most horrible mess that I've ever created, is what gave me confidence to be better. And it's from him that I learned that when it comes to so many things, there could be possibilities even on your bad days. And the key to it is to be kind. And I always tell myself this as well. If I had to kill someone, not that I'm encouraging you all to kill people, but if you had to kill someone, kill them with kindness. And with that, I hope that all of you will take from here today's theme, which is be kind, even on your bad days. We are facing some bad days, but let's not forget to be kind to everyone around us, and most importantly as well, to ourselves. And that concludes the toast. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Diane, for sharing with us with a lovely Toastmaster. Now, I would like to call now we're going to move to our next session. I would like to call our Toastmaster of the evening, our magician in the house, Duncan, to take control and bring us to the next journey. Duncan,
thank you.
to you.
Thank you very much, Hasno. And a very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and guests, and welcome to the 148th Elite Toastmasters Club meeting. This is where you guys can clap, so I can see you clap. Okay, thank you very much. And my friends, my name is Duncan, and I am your Toastmaster of the evening, and it's my great pleasure to be your host for the night. And my role is to coordinate and conduct the meeting, to introduce the participants, and of course, to make you feel at home. Now, today's theme is be kind, even on bad days. And I absolutely love this theme because this reminded me of a story. And this story happened 2 years ago. I was having a bad day. I absolutely don't remember what happened. And I posted it on my Instagram story. I said, okay, this is what happened to me. I had a bad day, yada, yada, yada. And a friend of mine, she took notice of the story. And guess what she did? She actually, I have no idea how she got my address. She sent me cake, she sent me coffee, and with a little note that says, hey Duncan, I hope that this cheers you up. And this small altruistic act of kindness, it made such a huge impact to me that until today, I still remember her. And although I don't think she remembers what happened, but until today, I still remember what she did for me. And my friends, in this current period, let's be altruistic and care for others who might need it, because we don't know what are the impact that we can provide for others. And my friends, in this meeting, let's introduce a little bit about what Toastmasters is all about. Toastmasters was created by this man, a very powerful friend, and his name is Ralph C. Smedley. He created this club on the 24th of October in 1924. And the reason why he created this club was because he truly believed in the power of communication, and he believed in the power of your words. And he believed that those words can impact people the way that you would never expect. Words are truly the weapon, our sword, that can change the world. And his altruistic service has left a legacy that which we carried on until today. We have 16,800 Toastmasters Club. and more than 358,000 members from all around the world. And today is also one of the days that we live a legacy, because every single story that you hear today is a story that, who knows, it might impact you, and it might be a lesson that you will carry on for the rest of your life. And with that, my friends, let's have a little bit of introduction on how Toastmaster works. In Toastmasters, there's 3 sections. The first one is the table topics, which trains you how to think better. The second section is the prepared speeches, where you learn how to speak better. And evaluations is where you learn how to listen better. So in this Toastmasters meeting, you will learn how to think better, how to speak better, and how to listen better. And of course, I'm not doing this alone. I have many team members who will be helping me on this. And with that, I would like to invite our grammarian, which is Washing, to introduce his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Duncan, and welcome all fellow Toastmasters and guests. So my name is Washing, and as grammarian, I'm responsible for introducing the word of the day. So as you could see in your agenda, which is at the bottom left corner, the word of the day is altruistic. The meaning is showing a disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others, or unselfish. An example of the usage of the word in a sentence is, John's helping his mentee to prepare for the Toastmasters International Speech Contest was deemed highly altruistic by everyone, especially since he is a busy entrepreneur and always have to work round the clock. And as a grammarian, I would highly encourage everyone to use the word of the day today, although it is a little challenging. Furthermore, I will be also commenting on the use of the English language throughout the course of our meeting, including any outstanding use of the English language. I'm also watching for the 7 sins of grammar, which include using double negatives, double comparisons, such as more smarter, extra words, incorrect verb tense, confused adjectives and adverbs, inappropriate pronoun use, and disagreement of subject and verb. So all the best, everyone. And back to your Toastmasters of the evening, Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you very much, grammarian Washing. Now I would like to invite our R counter, which is Jingman, to introduce her role.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jingman, your R counter. As R counter, I will be listening very carefully for the use of vocal pause and crash words such as you know. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this mean. This is not as sarcasm. I will also check off everyone and report at the end of the meeting on who best control their use of filler words. And when you feel nervous, you can pause, and since we all march off, then you can take a breath, then continue your speech. Relax. Back to you, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jingman. And our next role for tonight is our the next one that we have is our very expensive Rolex watch, which is our timekeeper. We have Ashley.
Thank you, Duncan. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley, and well, we'll talk about time. Time is very, very precious to all of us. So it is very important for us to manage it very wisely. So same in our Elite Toastmaster meeting, and airtime to us is very important. So today to play this role is help you to manage your airtime wisely in this meeting. So when I flash you with my background in green, it means that I'm signaling you that your speech has reached a certain time, right? Then when I flash you with the yellow background, it means that it is time to get ready to end or wrap up your speaking sessions. And when I flash you with this red background, it means that it's time's up. Well, in case that you still having something to say when I show this background, like within the 30 minutes time, just end it, because I will then show with this siren people in order for you to signal you that it is time to pass on to the next speaker, right? Okay, with that, I'll pass this back to you, Mr. Duncan.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Ashley. Sorry, Ashley. What was that sound that you made? If we go over time, could you please repeat that?
Okay, people.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
Right.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it, Ashley. Okay, and our last role, we have our general evaluator, which is our distinguished Toastmaster, Christopher Chong.
Hi, good evening. Thank you very much, Duncan, Toastmasters of the evening. My role as a general evaluator, as the word says, is to look at overall the meeting and identify the strength of the meeting and also what are the gaps that we can do better for the next meeting. And I'd like to also invite everybody in this meeting to really share as much as you can and participate fulfilling and participate as much as you can, and let's have fun. Thank you very much. Back to everyone.
All right. So now, my friends, are you ready to start off the meeting? If you're ready, let me see you raise the roof just like this. We have not been doing this for some time. Let's raise the roof together. All right. Awesome. And with that, please help me give a big round of applause to invite our table topic master, Vanessa Yap.
Thank you, Toastmaster Duncan, for the introductions. Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and I'm your table topic master for tonight. Right now, you are going to have an opportunity for the most exciting part of the Toastmaster meeting. All right, and that is the table topic sessions. The main objective of table topic sessions is to challenge members to develop their impromptu speaking and to effectively to think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. The topic that I've prepared for tonight will hopefully help all of us to become better at improvisations. Since we are Toastmaster, we encourage everyone to have an opportunity to speak. And these sessions is not only limited to members. Guests is all welcome to raise your hand and show passions that you want to join for tonight's table topic sessions. Before we begin, I would first state the timing guideline for the table topic round. Your response must be at least 1 minute and can be no more than 2 minutes. You will see a green signal after 1 minute, and that's your minimum time, a yellow signal at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and a red signal at 2 minutes. I encourage every speaker for tonight's table topic sessions to use the word of the day, altruistic. So let's get started. Who wants to be the first to try out our first table topic sessions for tonight? Oh.
Vanessa, feel free to volunteer someone.
Can I have Gim Leong? Gim Leong, would you like to give it a try?
Okay.
All right, so you have number 1 to number 8. Please choose one number.
3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Gim Leong, throw kindness around like confetti. Throw kindness around like confetti. Gim Leong.
Okay. So kindness is like what you inspire others after you're doing some of the like kind things, and kindness. I think I need more time to get this ready. Um, 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 I think I can't think of anything for now.
That's all right. That's all right, Kim Dong. That's
yes.
all right. That's all right. Well done. Well done. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay.
That mess. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all here to learn. Thanks for stepping up. Thanks for volunteering.
Thanks for becoming our first speaker for tonight. We really appreciate your braveness in trying out this for the first time. Do we have a second volunteer for our table topic sessions? Just raise your hands. Anyone? All right, we have a guest, Ashu.
Hello.
Hi, Ashu. We
Hi.
have number 1 till number 8. Number 3 is being selected, so choose one number.
I think 2 is my lucky number.
Yes, definitely. Number 2, small gestures can have a big impact. Ashu, small gesture can have a big impact.
Small gestures can have a big impact. And I must say this is quite relevant to my experience that I had very recently. So actually, I went out of my way to help out someone. I stepped out of my comfort zone and he helped, the person helped me back in such a way, which is really, I appreciate it so far in my like every day. So let me share the experience. Actually, I found someone who was trying to cross a road and he was a blind person. Okay. And I saw that the road was quite busy and he was not able to cross the road. So he had to, he was still waiting for, someone to help him out to cross the road. I was going with on the road with my wife and on the side of the road. And even I tried, I saw the person, but I didn't pay attention and I kept on walking, but my wife noticed it and she tried to, inform me that, why don't you help him out? So I did go and help him out. Okay, so I just holded his hand and helped him cross the road. So this altruistic offer helped him cross the road, and then he took my number, and then he started, messaging me. I mean, calling me, so like voice messages because I think he cannot type. So he just keeps on sending lovely messages, and at the same time he's helping me with my a few things which is related to my office, my work. So I really appreciate the way he has been helping just because of my one-time help that I offered to him for crossing the road. So these small gestures mean a lot in everyone's life, and I believe everyone should take the opportunity to help others and be altruistic. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashu, for your lovely speak. All right, do we have another volunteer for our today's table topic?
Janice.
All right, we have another guest, Janice, number 1 to number 8. Choose your number, please.
I'll go for my lucky number as well, number 6.
Number 6. All right. Janice.
Okay, I'm scared now. Yes, what is it?
All right. A tree is known by its fruits, a man by his deeds. Janice, a tree is known by its fruit, a man by his deeds?
Okay. A tree is known by its fruits and a man is known by his deeds. All right. I don't really have much experience on this quote, but I do see a lot of people, a lot of people's behavior are deeply connected with this quote. So when we say that a man's what? Okay, a man's characteristic is connected to his deeds. We have to say that, okay, sorry, let me construct my sentence for a while. So in this era, we were all connected with internet, with social media, and we love to see how people present themselves, and we love representing ourselves on social media. But the fact, we as people usually ignore the fact that what we see on social media is not exactly who that person is. And I've come across to a lot of situations where social media influencers might not be as nice as how they represent themselves online. And I've come across with people who keep a really low profile online, but who is extremely generous and kind in real life. So I would say that instead of fabricating yourself online, what about take time to truly invest in your personality, your attitude in real life? That's when you know that whatever you do, it's going to affect people's perception on you. So I think that connects really well with how people see you. That's through your good deeds. So try to be more, that's what I learned from a lot of people around me. Try to be more altruistic so that it's not only to improve our impression that we give to other people, but it shapes it makes us become who we want to be. So I think that's the greatest lesson, to be altruistic. Okay, thank you very much. So sorry.
Thank you, Janice, for your lovely speech. One of the key message in your speech is to take the time to invest in yourself and your attitudes toward others. Good speech. Do we have time for another speaker, Ashley?
No, we don't have time. We are actually over time now.
All right, thank you everyone for participating in today's table topic sessions. I truly enjoy your speech and your courage to participate in today's sessions. So I'll return the control to Toastmaster of the evening, Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vanessa. Now that we have completed our table topic, let's have a look at what we can learn. And this is how we do it. Let's invite our table topics evaluator for the evening. We have Vanessa's sister, Taylor Yap. I find it interesting that they switch places and it's the same camera. You should have put it in underpin just now.
Thank you, Toastmaster Duncan. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, our members and our guests. Thanks for everyone joining this table topic section actively. Especially
right. So sorry, Taylor. Before that, I missed something out. So before that, let's vote for our best table topic speaker before we move on to the evaluation. Do we have the poll ready?
Duncan, the poll is not ready. Give me let Taylor go ahead first.
Right. No worries. Okay. In that case, let's have Taylor's to complete the evaluations.
Hi. Good evening. Thank you, Duncan, for giving me a chance to speak again, which is I really appreciate that. Okay. I saw there's quite a lot of new faces in our team right now, in our Elite Toastmaster group right now. So for the very first one, there's our new member, Kim Leong, right? That's our new Toastmaster member, Kim Leong. I really appreciate that you helped my sister Vanessa, Toastmaster Vanessa, to setting up to this table topic today and be the very first one to step up to join the table topic section. I guess this is your very first time, right, Kim Leong?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Yeah. This is very brave of you, and I believe that if you have the courage to be step up to be the first one, and you have the courage to be success, so I can see that you have a opportunity to join this table topic again and win the prize. Our second Toastmaster today, our second table topic speaker today will be Ashu, our guest Ashu. Your tip your topic is small gesture can have a big impact. This is very interesting topic for you, and you give a very strong opening that you have one story to tell. It's really hope that the audience, everyone get attention to you by what story you're gonna share to us. And your story also is giving a very strong structure, and it's a memorable story for you because I can see that how's the story ongoing and what's the impact after you giving a good deed to this person. And for the way for you to improve, that I believe that maybe your camera is at the top, so I don't see any eye contact from you. I see that you keep on looking at the above. I believe that's maybe the camera problem. And I really like your ending that the opportunity to help others and be altruistic is really end the story well. And the last speaker, also our guest, I guess that we have a very good guest today. And the topic is a tree is known by its fruit and a man is by his deed. When you come to here and you start your speaking, I know that you're gonna give us some very good moral for the day. What I see that you give us quite a bit of different moral from the day on how we should do good things, and what we see in the social media means that appearance is not what we see, and we should invest in our life, which is really concise. I believe it's very concise, and I believe your explanation is very concise, and the word of usage is very on the point. And for the way of improvement, I guess that you always like wanted to go back again to rephrase your sentence. I believe that's the thing. Maybe sometimes, maybe next time you can prepare and start to speak. And I can foresee that Janice have a very good chance of to continue to contribute into our speaking and auto in the future. So I'm very happy for everyone to step in today, and I learned a lot from you guys. And thanks for giving me the chance to be a table topic evaluator today. Back to you, Toastmaster Duncan.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. Now, before we move on to our intermission, Justin, do we have the the poll ready?
Yep, I just launched.
All right, awesome. Please vote for your best speaker.
Yeah, Duncan, is Minion
Yes.
here. After the vote, can you give me a minute to actually announce the appreciation night?
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, thanks.
Take a group photo before everyone goes. So yeah, we take a group photo during the intermission. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, so I'll give everybody a couple more seconds to vote. Okay, now let's have Ming Yan. Ming Yan, you have an announcement to make on the appreciation night.
Hello guys, hello members, hello guests, dear guests. So this on the 23rd January, Saturday night, so we'll be having our Elite Appreciation Night on a virtual platform. So it is a night that we have been waiting so long. Despite we cancel the physical one, so we still work hard to actually work out the virtual one. So don't worry, we still have amazing performances and games on that night. So those who are interested, please fill up your name in the group later. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Duncan.
Okay, thank you very much, Ming Yan. Now, before we move on to the intermission, let's take a very quick group photo. Yes. So, who will be taking the group photo? Justin, is it? Oh, okay.
There are a total of 2 pages, so guys, please bear with me and just maintain your brightest smile, all right? So the first page, right, everyone smile.
A moment, yeah, a moment. Hang on. Okay, just release a bit. A moment, yeah. Let me check on the photo. All right. Oh, one more because Iceland was not looking at the camera, right? Okay, one more.
Iceland.
Cheese. All right, hang on, hang on. Let me move to the next page. All right. So one more time. For the last time, everyone put up your brightest smile. Say cheese. All right, cool. I'm done.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Your smile are all brighter than my future. Okay, so now let's move on to our intermission. Now, Ashley, how much time do we have for intermission?
We actually overtime for 10 minutes. So I suggest we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have a 2 minutes pee break and we come back at 8:57. So the washroom, you know where it is?
Guys, go overtime so that Ashley will make that noise.
People.
Go overtime,
She
go
people
overtime.
already. Okay, so let's go for a pee break. Make sure you know where your own washroom are, and we'll be back here in 2 minutes at 8:57 p.m. sharp. See you.
Iceland, 2 minutes magic got or not?
2 minutes, Duncan can do.
Duncan also can do ma. I'm not
Duncan
the
can
only
do
magician
both
eh.
in 2 minutes.
Hey, I already performed today. It's now Iceland's turn to perform.
You perform what? You haven't danced, haven't
I
talked yet.
start talking.
You
Talk,
haven't sing also.
Talking, maybe leave it to appreciation night, I thought.
You do magic, you disappear and come back lah.
I will tell Mingyan you will be one of the entertainer lor. Can you're working.
Oh, I got a volunteer. I
Yes.
heard something. Okay, my ears are
Nothing,
actively
you
hearing.
heard nothing, Mingyan.
Dance, Duncan can sing, Duncan can do magic, Duncan can tweet, Duncan can do anything.
Yeah, we still left a slot for dancing, you know, Duncan. So it's been so long that we haven't seen someone dancing.
Duncan, I read that you can twerk, huh?
Yeah, I've been said to have a very nice ass, so maybe it's time to show off during appreciation night.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of workout, right? Like Insta story every day also, you know, hitting gym, all these things. So time to show us lah.
Yeah, that night is that night for you, you know. You work so hard.
Yeah, I worked so hard just to perform on that night.
What's so wrong, man?
Okay, so I hope everybody is back from their pee break. So let's turn on your cameras so I can make sure that you are with us. And thank you so much for the doggy as well. The doggy can join us in the meeting. Okay, so everybody is back. Now let's move on to the second part of the meeting where you will learn how to speak better, which is our prepared speeches. Now, my friends, our members, they have prepared for a very long time, and they took a lot of effort to prepare their speech. And let's have our cute doggy to be muted as we begin this session. Okay, so where was I? As I was saying, our speakers, they have done a lot to prepare for the speech in order to perform the best for you. And with that, we have our first speaker. We have Vance Ngor. Now, Vance, she is the life of a party. You know why? Because no party will be complete without her. She rocks the room with the music as a DJ. And my friends, today she will rock our world with her speech. And today she'll be performing her Pathways Trajectory Level 1 from the Presentation Mastery Path with a speech title, Let's Talk About... Sorry? Okay, anyways, as I was saying, so she'll be doing her speech title, Let's Talk About Stress. So let's invite Vance with a speech title, Let's Talk About Stress. Vance, let's talk about stress.
Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster. Let's talk about stress. Stress is a funny topic, but it's a serious topic at the same time. Stress is actually a normal part of life. You can experience stress from your current environment, your body, and your thoughts. But too much stress can have serious consequences for your health, especially during this MCO. Everyone will be staying at home. most of the time. So let's take this chance and discover your stress. You must be feeling why I say discover your stress. So let's continue listen, you will understand it. Why stress will happen to you and me? Stress is actually a response that the way your body protect you. If this were working properly, it actually help you stay focused, more energetic, and alert. In emergency situation, stress actually can save your life. Well, why I say that? Let's think a worst scenario. You got into a car accident and your car dropped into the river. And in that situation, what do you feel? Do you feel stressed as you can't breathe? Or do you feel stressed that you're stuck in the car? You can try to imagine yourself. You can feel it. So it actually gives you extra strength to defend yourself. However, if you frequently find yourself feeling tired and overwhelming, it's time to take action to bring your nervous system back into balance. Failing to do that, it actually could harm your physical health, especially in this pandemic. Health is very important to every one of us. After you listen to this, and if you feel stressed too, like me, there's one thing you can do, which is the thing that increase your dopamine. In another word, do things that make you happy. For me, I'm a big music lover. So that's the way I manage my stress. You have to discover by your own, as stress management is very personal. By doing this, it actually well controlled by yourself, as everything is controlled under your hand. In my conclusion, stress is our friend, not our enemy. We have to learn to manage it. It's totally normal to feel it, as we all are human beings, and human beings have emotions. In the end of the day, life have to go on, and no matter what, don't let stress to make your journey more suffering. Thank you everyone for your ear, and don't forget to do things that makes you happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the speech, Vance. Now let's invite Vance's speech evaluator, Joanna, to introduce the speech objective before I move on to the second speech.
Evening, guys. Sorry, I was supposed to at least jump in earlier, but yeah, let's fix this straight away. So, okay, the purpose statement of Van's speech for tonight is actually for her to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic of which you guys have just heard of her topic. So yeah. So then later
Okay.
I will then share the overall evaluation. Thank you. Back to you, Duncan.
Thank you, Joanna. I love the background noise. Maybe they can be part of the meeting as well later. So for the next speech, we have KJ Lee. And KJ Lee's speech is very special. You know why? Because in this completion of his project, he actually spent a minimum of 2 weeks to keep a journal about his emotional responses to situation and also people. So this speech, he will be attempting the Pathway Project 1 Level 3 from the Motivational Strategies path with his speech titled Take Control. So let's invite his evaluator. We have Vera Chang to introduce his speech objective.
Thank you, Duncan. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Okay, the purpose of KJ's speech is to cultivate an understanding of how his emotion impact relationships. And it also designed to help him to identify how others' emotions impact his emotional state. And also for him to share some aspects of his experience journaling emotion, and being aware of emotions when interacting with others. Like what Duncan has said, okay, he has to spend a minimum 2 weeks to keep a journal about his emotion response to situations and people. I'm looking forward for your speech. Back to you, Duncan.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vera. Now, with that, I would like to invite KJ up on stage to share with us his speech title, Take Control. Take control, KJ. KJ, take control.
Have you ever wondered that you have did something and you are satisfied for the next few more days? You keep recalling of the feeling. If you have that feeling, give me a thumbs up. Thinking back to the same thing that you feel, reaction, thumb up. Thank you. Now I saw Diane, Jingman, Yi. Thank you very much. Right, next. Have you ever feel that you are regret on doing something, and for the next few more days, you keep thinking, why do I did that? If you have that feeling, give me a reaction of the smiley face with the tears. Right, thank you, Swan. Thank you, Kim Leong. You see, here's an example. Imagine yourself as a gentle parent, where you are nice, you are kind to your kids. Now, when you are playing with your kids, suddenly your phone rang. So you went to pick up your phone. You told your kids, wait a moment, wait a moment. As you are about to pick up your call, your kids is standing there, daddy, 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 daddy. And suddenly you look at your kids and say, shut up, not now. And you notice your kids started crying. And you say, oh, so sorry, so sorry. Daddy is being like, sorry, sorry. Now, based on the psychologist named Daniel Goleman, he actually mentioned this scenario as emotional hijack. What is emotional hijack? Emotional hijack means that something happened to you and you react right away during your default mode, which you are being hijacked by the anger. You are not yourself. And for the next few more days, imagine what you will be thinking. Sorry, sorry to your kids. Today, I'm going to share my own experience of what I've been through in these 2 weeks and how I will share my emotional changes in different people, different scenarios. I have come up an idea that it will help my career to break through. It is something that I'm very confident that I can do it. And the first thing I do is share with my family. Dear brothers, here is the idea. What do you think? I feel that is a good idea. I think that is something that will really help you to break through, and you should keep going. As you can see, my family is being supportive. Emotionally, I felt encouraged. Next, with that emotion, I'm so happy to go to the office and share with my colleagues. Guys, this is the idea. What do you all think? Seriously? Are you really going to do that? Do you have the skill? To be honest, I don't think you are able to cope up with that. At that moment, when my colleagues object of what I plan to do, I was angry. I literally felt like standing up and give her a tight slap. Really. Because it's so discouraging, and I felt so disappointed. At that moment, I actually think back of this project, and yes, it's really within these 2 weeks. I think back of this project and I write, okay, fine. I shouldn't be hijacked by my anger. And I managed to control, and it's okay, stay positive, because if I ask them to do in the future, they will still have to do it with me. Lastly, the third scenario, where I have to face my boss. I share this idea with my boss. Boss, this is the proposal. And of course, I hope that he will accept, and I share. He looked at me, and then, next, and then. During that moment, I felt so nervous. I suddenly don't have the confidence, and I really thought that I'm going to fail the proposal. Well, I keep on talking to him, and in the end, he said, okay, go ahead and do. But to be honest, after the session with him, I felt relief. I felt glad. And my emotion when I was giving the speech, when I was doing the proposal, one thing I learned is to always take control. To never simply need to always be prepared before you do a proposal. And that is when I noticed actually Toastmasters trained us to do that, which is prepared speech. Once you are prepared, prepare for a 5 to 7 minute speech. What to say next, then only you do your proposal. I did not do that. I do it a table topic style, which I so regret. Anyways, it's over. That is what I feel. In conclusion, seeing different people, doing different situation, you will be able to feel different things. You will be able to feel different emotion. One thing that I learned from these 2 weeks is, number one, never to let your emotional hijack you. Never let your anger to hijack you. Always take control. Number two, whatever you do, whatever you say, always be prepared. Always take control. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this speech will be able to remind you sometimes when you are getting angry or when you are getting happy or sad, don't go over, but always remain to come back and take control. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, KJ. I absolutely love the authenticity in your speech. I could feel the anger, the frustration, and I felt connected with your story. So, my friends, let's learn to take control of our emotions and not let it dictate our actions. And with that, for the next speaker, I would like to invite Suwan Bonma. Suwan, he is known as the Doraemon of the club. The reason why he's known that is because his humor tickles our funny bones, but he is also a multi-talented member who has contributed much to the club. And today, he will be presenting his Pathway Project 1 Level 4 from the Presentation Mastery Path with his speech title, Money, Me and Happy. And let's invite his evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Chen Chun, to share his speech objective.
Thank you, Duncan. To give a little bit context of Suwan's speech, in Toastmasters, we don't only learn a one-way communication, we also learn a two-way communication, which is the essence of what this project is about. So in this project, the purpose statement is for him to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he presents outside of the Toastmasters crowd. So there will be few members hidden among us who will play a certain role to disrupt the speaker. And the idea is how well Suwan manage those situations. So it's going to be a very interesting speech. So Suwan, all the best to you, and back to you, Duncan.
Thank you. Now, my friends, let's give a big round of applause to invite up on stage Suwan, Money, Me, and Happy. Money, Me, and Happy, Suwan.
Wait, what?
Money can buy us happiness.
Money can't buy happiness? Really? ACJ, as much as I like your music, come on, man, I can't agree to that. Money can't buy happiness. If you think money can't buy happiness, talk to my girlfriend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow Toastmaster, tonight, today, let's put an end to this. I want to eradicate this statement once and for all. Money can't buy happiness. Because, ladies and gentlemen, just like Duncan has mentioned, words has power. So let's break it down the words. There's a 3 element in this statement: money, buy, and happiness. First of all, let's look at what is money. That's pretty easy. This is 1 ringgit Malaysia, 5 ringgit Malaysia. Oh, can't see. Oh, okay.
Swan, I can't see. Can you remove your virtual background?
Okay, Ken.
Hey, Suan, the money really cannot buy happiness, man.
Okay, I will.
I think cannot lah. How to buy happiness?
No, actually, I think that money is everything. You know, without money you cannot buy happiness. So right, it's very important to have money lah, Ming Yan.
Money is
Yeah lah,
nothing
yeah
lah.
lah.
For
Check
million
YouTube lah, YouTube got a lot of
money is
answer lah.
nothing. You ask Swan say money is nothing. He has everything in his Doraemon pocket.
You sure not?
Sure lah. Why
Yes.
not sure? Yo, you see,
Hey, just now what you add for your dinner, Ming Yan?
Okay.
just now I
Back
add
to the
banana
topic,
lah. I add
Back to the
pizza
topic.
lah.
Back to the
I
topic.
add.
I went to pharmacy to buy some supplement.
Oh, what supplement you buy? Is it
I go
is it
buy
okay one ah? You sick meh?
Huh?
You sick meh?
I'm sick.
Are you sick? Ayo, you didn't tell me you got COVID-19. I'm very scared, you know.
No, it's because I want to boost my immune system. Later money cannot buy my health.
Okay, thank you. So back to my topic. Money can buy happiness. Money can't buy happiness. Money. Ming Yan, what is this?
This is, can you give me?
No, I'm asking what is this?
This is a paper.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, what is this? Cha-cha.
This is 50 ringgit.
Thank you. Okay, so money, what is buy?
Why must buy cannot sell?
Can sell, but I'm asking what is buy?
Buy it's an art.
It's an art. Okay, buy is actually a transaction, value transaction, agree?
Not really.
Not really.
You
Okay,
mean BY, buy?
can I buy Ming Yan 1 hour of Ming Yan?
I don't think Ming Yan cost. I think Ming Yan 1 hour cost 200 ringgit. 50
Great.
ringgit is too little for him.
Priceless lah by 1 hour.
Yes. Okay.
How
All right.
1 hour I can do with so many things.
Ming Yan is worth 200 ringgit per night.
Not per night, per hour.
Per hour. Okay. Ming Yan is worth 200 ringgit per hour. So we agree that buy is a value exchange. Yes. Okay. So what is happiness? Can I get someone who want to answer? Hasno, our president.
Thank you, sir. Happiness is when you are healthy.
When I'm healthy.
Yes.
Okay. Washing, I saw you laughing. What is happiness?
Happiness is listening to your speech, Suwan.
Oh, so artistic.
No lah, happiness is looking at Washing's naked body.
Okay, thank you. So we understand 3 concepts: money, buy, and happiness. So the thing is, money is actually a value, a paper, like what Ming Yan said. So is money make it more simple for us to exchange value, but happiness is something complex. So let's play a game. Rate 1 to 10. 1 least happy, 10 most happy. From my facial expression, try to guess how happy I am.
You are sad.
You're not that happy.
Okay, next. Give me a number.
Your happiness is not sincere enough.
Give me a number. 1 to 10.
Give you a number 5.
Number 1 lah, 1. 0.5.
10.
Okay, thank you for the response. Yes, happiness is complex. We all agree with that. So the thing is, how can you use something as simple as money to value exchange with something complex happiness. So the question is not money can or cannot buy happiness, because this statement is too shallow.
Sorry, you
Yep.
say happiness is complex, but I would say happiness is simple. As simple as you ask a 3 years old my nephew, what is happiness? He will say car. So for him, happiness is the toy that he has. If I ask every single member in the floor right now, what is happiness for you? Everyone will have their definition of happiness. So with
Yi
that
is my
being said, I
happiness.
don't think that is complex, that is simple, that everyone will know the answer.
So Yi, what is happiness to you?
Yes, I want to ask that question. Thank you, Chacha.
Happiness for me is to have my loved one to be by my side.
So are you attached or single right now?
Yeah, so that is simple.
I think Yi must be attached lah, so pretty.
So
Okay.
no, back to
Right.
my question to Suwan.
Looks like Mingyan is up to
Why do
something.
you say happiness is complex? I cannot understand that. Yes, that is my question to you, Suwan.
Thank you, Yi. Thank you, Yi, for your view. Yes, and Yi, do you agree that money, you can use money to buy something
Yes.
and also to sell this money, which means I can exchange the 4 ringgit Malaysia with $1, which means I sell this ringgit Malaysia. Can I?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so we have money to buy and sell. So you guys guess what? I actually go to Lazada and I type in happiness, because since happiness can be buy, happiness can be sell. But turn out, as you can see, the closest thing is a non-stick frying pan. I'm not sure what type of happiness is that. Anyone will feel happy buying frying pans? So yes, the thing is,
Frying pan.
Why not? You can enjoy
My mom never cook with frying pans. Why should I buy a frying pans?
So it
I
means
must have
that
a cooker.
does not occur in Mingyan home.
Yeah, lor. My home every time also very sad, very grey one, very black.
thank you, Mingyan. Thank you, Chacha.
We didn't use frying pan because according to Uncle Roger, wok is the one to give the breath of wok. Yeah.
Exactly.
You mean the
So
fried rice?
yes, the fried rice.
The fried rice not nice lah.
Okay,
The
out
fried
of
rice
topic.
not
Thank you.
Because not frying pan one.
Okay. Back to the topic, happiness. Again, I go through World Happiness Report. Yi, you want to go through this, read this report, download the report. Mingyan, Cha, feel free to do so. But I can tell you it's pretty...
Why the report is 2020, not 2021? Is it outdated?
Because 2021 just started, my dear. Yeah.
Why must be March, not December?
Okay. So, back to World Happiness Report. Chacha, I will get back to you for that, because they did a study of a period on taking the survey. So that's why the date is kind of within March time, where they took 2019 survey report. And actually this report is quite complex. If you go through it, it's 200 pages. I did not go through it. But what I can come out with the conclusions, because the country has been judged by the GDP per capita as well as their PPP, purchasing power parity. And I come up with a conclusions: financial security is the foundation of human happiness. Anyone not agree with this statement?
Yes, you didn't read the report, then you come up with a conclusion.
Yes, I did not read the report, but I glanced to the report.
All right, guys, as much as I would like to argue this topic with Suwan, but according to guidelines from Toastmaster, the manual itself, we only allowed to interrupt for once. So back to you, Suwan.
Thank you, Yi. You are the silent type, I know. Okay, next. As much as I agree with the statement that financial security is the foundation of human happiness, unfortunately, last year, let's look at the survey done by Standard Chartered, latest global survey, that 74 of Malaysian millennials actually having difficulties in managing their finances since the outbreak of COVID-19. Are you one of them, Mingyan?
I don't want to tell you.
Okay, no problem. Tell me next time. Are you one of them, Ashley?
Confidential.
I don't think you're millennial. Lor.
Who say I'm not?
You see, Suwan, when you never call my name, I feel sad lah. Why you don't think I'm a millennial, is it?
A pretty Vera. You, of course, you are millennial, okay?
So
But
you
do
should, I should be the first person who pop up in your mind when you talk about millennium, you know.
Yes, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that, pretty Vera. But by the way, Vera, do you have difficulty managing your finances during COVID outbreak?
I have not, you know, I'm in finance industry.
I mean, your own personal finance.
I have no lah, because you know I'm the 36% of 26% of the leftover millenniums.
Great. All right, why did I brought up this? Because I feel like it's important to bring up personal finance. I never been taught money or personal finance in school. I'm not sure you did, Vera, did you?
I did learn a bit, you know, during my job in a finance company previously.
Okay, thank you. So it means school do not teach us about personal finance, and sad to say, is yellow right now, but I'm keep my story for the next time where I will share on how did I overcome my ignorance on money matter. Duncan, you interested?
Yes.
Okay,
Come, let's talk.
I keep that story on the next time, okay?
Onza.
But the quick thing is, how do I manage my money previously? I believe just like Ming Yan, money into the account and spend every single money inside it. Ming Yan, you are laughing in agreement.
I don't want to tell you.
Thank you. And move on to the next, where I learn about personal finance. I take control. KJ Lee take control of my personal finance. I start to divide my money in more smart way. I divide a different percentage into an investment account, personal development account, expenses account, saving account, entertainment account, and a donation account. And if for you or for me that aspired to be an entrepreneur, our money managing will be more difficult or more complex, where the money will be going into the business account, where you have to juggle in between your marketing, human resource, your operations, your product development, and your tax. So at the end of the day, I really hope that 74% of millennials can be more responsible for their personal finances.
People.
Thank you. And back to you, Duncan.
Thank you very much, Suwan. Now, it's very interesting to see how Suwan can manage a difficult audience while at the same time having to deliver his message across. And this, my friends, is directly applicable to our own presentation in real life, and having that safe environment like Toastmasters Club to practice managing difficult audiences. It will equip us with the sword and shield that we need to overcome these challenges in real life as well. Now, with that, let's vote for our best assignment speaker. Do we have our vote ready yet?
It's ready.
Awesome. Okay, so let's vote for our best assignment speaker.
I'm sorry, bro. I have to be so bad, even on my bad day.
No lah, Yi maybe she's sick, then okay lah, let her.
I'm being assigned as the role of arguer, so I have to be an angry auntie. So sorry, bro. That is not the pretty and kind and the lovely Yi that you guys know, right? Yeah.
It's okay. I feel like you are very dynamic. You can take on any role. Yeah, so so I think most of us we have already done the vote. So let's move on to our final session for today, where we learn how to listen better and we learn how to improve our speeches, because evaluation feedback is the breakfast, in this case dinner, for champions. And with that, I would like to invite our general evaluator up on stage. Please give a big round of applause to invite distinguished Toastmaster Christopher Chong.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters of the evening, Duncan. First of all, I'd like to say It was a great meeting. I have so much sharing from everyone, and let's, without further ado, move on to the evaluation. Now, in Toastmasters meeting, the segments there are 3 segments to it. First one would be the impromptu speech, and then the prepared speech. So this is how members and speakers learn how to articulate their message and their mind and communicate with people through public speaking. This is the third section, which is feedback, receiving feedback. And also, as members, we practice giving feedback as well. Giving feedback is one of the ways of superiors or leaders give feedback to their subordinates. How do you give feedback? Of course, if you tell your subordinate that you're going to get 3 months bonus or 8 months bonus, that is easy. But what if, let's say, you tell that your employee that this is his last day or her last day? How do you do that? So this is why we practice giving feedback, whether it's good news or bad news, we give the feedback. So in Toastmasters, we practice giving feedback through evaluations. And the method that we use is what we call the sandwich method. We find out the strength, we talk about strength, we talk about the gaps, and then we inspire and motivate that person to move on to the next speech. So the sandwich method is at the bread, the essence, and the bread again. So that's how we give feedback, and the one of the methods that we use as evaluators. With this, I would like to call upon the first evaluator for tonight, who is evaluating Vance on her speech, is our immediate past president, Joanna. Joanna, are you ready? Over to you. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chris, for the good introduction. Okay, without further wasting time, I will head on straight into my evaluation on Van's speech tonight. Her topic was about, let's talk about stress. Okay, even beforehand, I actually checked with Vance to ask her what was it that she wanted to highlight about on this evaluation. And she told me about maybe check on her vocal variety and tone. So in overall, here are my evaluation on your speech for tonight, Vance. I would say you actually excel at very well related points and easy to digest speech, because you do have the vocal variety throughout your speech. But I must say, at some point, it was a bit of a straight tone. And why I did mention as well, you have very good articulated points and you actually engage with your audience well, is because throughout your speech, I was also looking out at other members' reaction throughout, like the cameras throughout the speech, and I can see a lot of them nodding or agreeing with you in their own ways as well. So those are the 2 good things you excel at. But other than the vocal variety and tone, I would want you to work on this something else. It's actually a bit to do more with your emotions, because when you concentrate on your emotions, then it's another level deeper into how that will actually affect then your vocal variety and tonality. Okay, so your topic was about stress. Overall, your points are great, but you could have created a bit more emotions for us to feel when one is under stress. Like, for example, when you imagine the stress you're in when you face an accident. So instead of putting that whole sentence like that, you could possibly do an example of, let's try this out. Let's try this out. Imagine the stress that you are in when you're facing an accident. You see how I dramatically pull the words and do that dramatic pause and even lower your voice to a certain extent, so that in all those stances, you're actually giving time for your audience to feel what you are feeling when you're talking about stress. Okay, so I want you to work on your emotions, and that when you master the emotion, you would actually then result in your tonality and your vocal variety. Because vocal variety, we are only talking at the very surface level. It's just scratching the surface level. So I want you to actually go further deeper, okay, into touching emotions, all right? And to challenge yourself further as well, Vance, if possible, try to break free from your phone or your notes. It gives you another level of freedom, okay? I know all of us actually have that sort of habit or that sort of like sense of security perhaps, and that you are tied to this unwritten baggage of having to read every single word that you've written in your note. But if possible, year 2021, guys, new year, new goal. So try to break free from that and have all these mind maps and keywords. So from those keywords, you are actually pushing yourself and practicing how to make words and sentences out of those keywords. So with that, I would like to summarize in total summary is that you should work on your emotions, and then that will result in your vocal variety and tone. And if possible, try to challenge yourself to break free from notes and phones. And I wish you all the best for your upcoming speech. Back to you, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joanna, for the sincere feedback that you have monitored and you have observed. And using your own personal sincerity, you have given the feedback to Vance as a speaker. You have used the method of the sandwich method as you have demonstrated earlier, and you have also identified what are the gaps that she, who is a speaker, Vance, can further improve in her next speech. So Vance, just another top on to what Joanna has mentioned to you. One of the key important ways and one of the easiest way to add emotions into your public speaking is to add personal stories. When you talk about personal stories, you will automatically bring the emotion out. For example, how you saved the dog, Ben. When you talk about Ben, you will automatically bring out the emotions. And that is how you connect with the audience even more effective and strong. So with this, try to use this, try to play with these emotions, and you will be a greater speaker next. Thank you very much, Joanna, and thank you very much, friends. Next, I'd like to move on to the second speaker. The second speaker is KJ Lee. KJ, who has done a great, tremendous research. And of course, tonight we have a wonderful millennium evaluator, Vera. Vera, over to you.
Thank you, Christopher. Okay, I'm gonna make it quick as we are running out of time. Okay, first of all, KJ. Okay. A lot of people say that, you know, as a speaker, me and you, we have a lot of similarity. Okay, when we give a speech, we are very focused, we are very serious, and we are very motivational. So it's a good thing. And then, to be honest, when I received your evaluation form, I'm really looking forward to you, because as I know you, okay, you are a very motivational guy. Okay, I know that from here, you know, we're gonna learn something and gain something back. So let me start with your speech. I like how you start throwing us questions. Okay, make us think that, okay, what we have done in the past. And then with that, then you start with the imagination, you throw us a scenario. And then from there, you further explain what is that, is the emotional hijack. These are all very good. And also your body gesture and then your voice, your tone, they are all very good, perfect. And also the ending is also very good. You summarize everything and then you repeat again and let us have a more vivid and more how do I say a more can memorize it deeply. However, my challenge to you is this is a more on an emotional and feelings speech. When you give the scenario, you basically talk about yourself. However, you didn't elaborate about others, such as when you talk about the encouragement you got from your family, and then you feel very happy, and then you go to work the next day, then you receive the doubt, the feedback. You felt very angry, but you overcome it. However, you never use the encouragement, how you overcome it. The encouragement may help you, and then how this encouragement may help others. Let me share an example, just like Diane. When she first started as a Toastmaster in Sydney, okay, she made a mistake. Then from the mistake, then how her coach, her mentor teach her, what they gave to her. And from that, she brought up to with this thing, and I also present to you what I've learned from here. So when you give up the speech, okay, you need to elaborate the feelings as well. And also the third scenario, you say that you propose to your boss, but your boss didn't give you reaction, and then you felt very nervous. After that, he nodded his head, and then you feel relief. Okay, this is very good part. But when this, you never say the feelings. You can say that, you know, as a boss, you get the encouragement for others, you know, as a staff, you get encouragement for others from the boss, you know, then we won't be so nervous, we may perform well. So focus more on the feelings, how other people's feelings can relate to you and how they can affect you. And also, when you talk about the feelings, you did say that you need to prepare before the proposal. Yes, it's very good, but okay, you also have to say when you prepare, you wouldn't be nervous and the feelings can be how. So all this, you have to focus on the speech because your speech is all about feelings. So in summarize, focus more on how the challenges, how the feelings, and how others affect you. And then that's it. Okay, thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Vera, you may be from millennium, but you doesn't think and analyze like a millennium. More like a baby boomer. All right. So how did Vera did very well? To me, I find that she managed to analyze KJ's speech in such a short time and identify all the potential things or elements that she can actually help KJ's speech to elevate KJ's speech to the next level. And the best part is she can impromptu bring Diane's speech into her evaluation as well and did a very good comparison of emotions and emotions intelligence. That I would like to say, great job and applaud her for doing such a beautiful analysis in such a short time. So good job, Vera. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So with this, I believe, KJ, you have earned a lot from Vera, so you owe her a beer tonight. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to move on to the next speech is very noisy speech with a lot of disturbance from a lot of people. Suwan's speech, and I really wish the evaluator all the best and good luck in evaluating this speech. I really don't know how to evaluate this speech. It was so noisy. So over to you, Cheng Jun, Distinguished Toastmasters.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know the saying, if you can't convince them, you confuse them. Today, after the 1 minute mark, I was confused because there's just so many differing point of view. And I think it's very true because we live in a world today, right, where everyone have their own point of view, everyone have their way to express themselves, and the ability to manage this differing point of view becomes such an important skill. And today, because Suwan, you are doing a level 4 speech, I'm going to be very honest and very real with you. I'm going to highlight a few good things that I thought you had. I think the first thing is you are very calm. I think that's very good. When you are calm, right, you think better. And I know because you kind of paused and waited and then you responded accordingly. The second thing I thought you did well is when they give their point of view, you did acknowledge them and then you kind of talk with them and even you ask them questions so that they can kind of give you a point of view that hopefully becomes something that you can use. So on that angle, I think these two, you did well. Now on how I felt that you could improve, I think for such speech, preparation and briefing is very important. Because if you notice in the speech objective, right, the interrupter can only interrupt once. And it's quite clear that it wasn't well briefed to the 5 role player, except for Rachel, because Rachel only interrupt once. But the rest, they interrupt. And then people who don't know whether they should interrupt also join in to interrupt. So when I was counting, it's more than 5 people already. So everybody was just coming to you. So I think you have to manage on that angle. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, in such speeches, right, it's very good to establish some ground rules first. You have to be very objective driven. Today, I'm going to share with you this. If you have question, if you have any point of view that requires more elaboration, let's put it aside. And then you have to stick to that very strictly. If not, they will talk about COVID, everything start coming in because you don't have a ground rule to push them away. So you have to establish the ground rule. The more involved you are in their conversation, the more you are sucked into the interruption. Well, and that rhymes. Okay, so set your ground rules. The third thing is, as much as we can, right, we don't want to make other people look stupid. You make them look stupid outside, it's okay, but not in front of others. Because don't forget, right, people have allies, man. Especially in a corporate setting, right, you make one CEO look bad, the CFO and CEO will be against you already. So if you know that your point of view is super correct, it's either you use good conversation skills to diffuse it, or you say that, boss, let's take it offline. Then let's stick to the objective. I've noted this. Okay, so 3 things: be objective driven, set your ground rules, don't make others look stupid, and also lack of preparation and briefing. But overall, in conclusion, right, one of the things that I felt you did perfectly well is, in this setting, it's actually the worst thing that can happen, right? People all went all out. So you have experienced the worst, okay? But what I would hope is, I want to see at least 70% of your content and 30% of managing the disruption, not the other way around. Okay, it has to be deliberate. A speech is still a speech. Okay, so if you put everything together, you can try to attempt it again. This time, perhaps you can take what you have learned and then apply it. And before Ashley interrupt me, I'd like to hand back the control to Christopher. Back to you.
Just the nick of time, Cheng Chun, just the nick of time before the people came out, right? All right, thank you so much, Cheng Chun, for that wonderful feedback. Yes, as an evaluator, we are not here just to give our feedback on the spot. We actually have to do preparation as well. And as an evaluator, like what Cheng Chun has demonstrated, he actually read the manual on how the role players can interrupt. The role players can only interrupt once. And once the speaker acknowledges the interrupter needs to stop, and that's it. So there are altogether 3 or 4 types of interrupter. One is to discuss among themselves. One is to outsmart you. The other one is the shy one, you know. So there are a few types of role players being set in this meeting tonight so that the interrupters will interrupt speaker. Another thing is that to use Suwan is to really read the manual as well, because there are ways to manage this difficult audience. Try to use the method, because when I observe you just now, like what Chinchu has mentioned, it's more to you are joining the chat and it becomes like a chat session. So that you need to really learn on some of the keys or importance of how to manage audience. And this is very important because I do that. I need to do this every single day when I do mass media conference. So this is very, very important to stop media from asking me questions. And like what Chin Chun say, I cannot make media look stupid. Because if I make one of the media look stupid, the rest of the media is going to gang up and tomorrow I'll be on headline news. So this is very, very dangerous as well. So you need to, have an opportunity to try this out. So with this, Cheng Chun, thanks for the on-the-spot feedback. And I really amazed by you by going through all the manuals. And thank you so much being the 3 evaluators going through the manuals and making sure that you give the evaluation based on the purpose of the speech. So the 3 evaluators, good job. So with this, I would like to call upon my technical role players, who are the 3 technical role players. These 3 technical role players are actually training you to be better leaders. And how to do that? We have the listening role. We have the timer role, time. And the other one is to listen, analyze, and feedback role. So first of all, let's start with the listening role, R counter. So R counter, let's go for it. Jingman, over to you.
Thank you, Christopher. Justin, can I share the screen?
Give me a second.
Okay. I can share already, I see. Everyone can see my screen? Okay. Justin start the meeting very well. And Hasno also. Diane all good. Duncan 1 Vanessa 1 Taylor 9 and table topic speaker Kim Leong 4 Speaker number 2 Asus 9 and speaker number 3 Jenny 2 1 so. And just now I forgot Asus also have repeat 4 and double crash in mind. And for the prepared speech part, speaker number 1 went 3 KJ all good. Suwan part too messy, so I cannot trick. Sorry. But the talker Minion 3 la 1 me. The interrupter Vera 2 1 la. And Charlene all good. EE all good. And Rachel during the introduction you repeat 10 Yeah, I think you are too nervous, but it's okay. And you also say 2 And for the evaluator part, Joanna Oi 2 Vera 2 Chen Chun all good. And for the technician team, Jingman 2 and Ashley repeat when I double crash. And that's all of my R counter report. And when you feel nervous, just relax. And after you relax, we're all good. Okay, back to you, Mr. GE, Chris.
Thank you very much, Jingman. So all the guests and all the members in this meeting, as a leader, we practice listening skills by listening tentatively. So this is how you practice to listen tentatively. All right. So with this, I would like to take a quick pause for voting for the best evaluator. So we have 3 evaluators tonight. We have the Joanna, we have the Millennium Vera, and also we have the Grand Mentor Cheng Chun. So over to you to bring up the mentor best evaluator. Please kindly vote. All right. Great. Once you have voted, let's continue. The second role, technical role, as to train you as part of the leader is, I'll leave the timer to the last one. All right. So I'll go for the grammarian, which is Washing. Washing is going to listen, analyze, and give feedback now. So over to you, grammarian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Christopher. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for altruistically sharing your expertise, knowledge, and experience to every one of us here. So first of all, I would like to congratulate everyone for being cautious and very attentive of your grammar as well as your usage of the English language throughout the meeting. So first of all, let me start off with the number of people who have actually used the word of the day. So the word of the day is altruistic. But unfortunately, perhaps it was a little challenging. So there were only 2 people who used it. The first one is Ashu. He used it once. And the second one is Janice. She used it twice. And next, I would like to move on to the grammatical errors before moving on to the outstanding use of the English language. So some of the grammatical errors that I found that were quite common are to do with tenses. For example, and you give a strong story should be you gave a story because it happened in the past. And have you ever feel should be have you ever felt, because a past participle have to follow after the word have. And some of the rest of the grammatical errors are you are going to have the opportunity to the most exciting part should be opportunity to participate in the most exciting part. Tell us what bring you to the club should be tell us what brings you to the club. Thanks for everyone joining this session should be thank you everyone for joining this session. For giving me chance should be for giving me the chance. When you come to here should be when you come up here. Why I say discover should be why do I say discover. Let's think of worst scenario should be let's think of the worst scenario. To make your journey more suffering should be to make your journey more agonizing or filled with more suffering, because suffering is not an adjective, it is a noun or a verb. When my colleague objected to what I wanted to do should be objected what I wanted to do. I felt relief. So we have to be careful here. It's either relief or relieved. Relief is a noun, which is a sense of a relief washing over me, or I felt relieved, which is the emotion of feeling relief. Which I so regret should be which I so regretted. And then I'm looking forward for your speech should be I'm looking forward to your speech on the 23rd Jan should be on the 23rd of January. 10 most happy should be 10 happiest, because happiest is the superlative of happy. Happiness can be buy, can be sell, should be happiness can be bought or sold. Have been judges should be have been judged. and spend every single money should be and spend every single note, because money is an uncountable noun. So it cannot be every single. Now, moving on to the outstanding use of the English language. I particularly enjoy what Diane had said. You did the best you could, and you are going to make it better. I find it very empowering. And also be kind even on your bad days. Duncan, I find that he's a really good wordsmith. He has some of the sentences. Words are truly our weapons, our swords that could change the world. Evaluation is the dinner of champions. And then by Ashu, one small gesture could mean a lot in other people's lives. Vanessa, a tree is known by its roots, a man is known for his deeds. Janice, instead of fabricating yourself, why not spend time to invest in yourself? Vance, stress is our friend, not our enemy. KJ, never let your anger to hijack you. As well as from our GE tonight, we have a wonderful millennial evaluator. I really love the callback. And also from our grand mentor, if you can't convince them, you confuse them. You have to be very objective driven. Use conversational skills to diffuse it. Overall, I really enjoyed tonight's meeting. And back to you, GE.
Thank you very much. So watching, before you leave the meeting tonight, please pay 1,000 ringgit to Ashley, because you are right now under arrest by the police. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is how you practice listening skills. You analyze what you have listened or what you have heard, and then you give feedback on what could be a better structure of rephrasing the sentences. And also, you will also capture the good phrases used, and that's the grammarian's role. So becoming a leader is never easy. It's a lot of work to do. So, well, where leaders are made, Toastmasters. With this, I'd like to hand over the next session to our police for tonight, Ashley, the timer.
Thank you, Mr. GE, Christopher. Hi, everyone. I'm going to share my timer report now. Okay, just a moment. Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen. If you can see my screen, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, great. All right, our meeting start very on time at 8. So kudos to Justin, starting to check with Hustle whether we can start on time. Yes, and we started on time just at 8 o'clock. And kudos to all of us here. And Justin is allocated with 1 minute, and he just used up 57 seconds. So great, just on time. And for our Hasnul, the timing allocated is 13 minutes, but he has used up 20 minutes and 45 seconds. Well, this can be excused because we have so many guests today and we want to know more about our guests. So this can be excused. So welcome to all the guests again. And now we come to Diane, who is our toast ceremony. She used 4 minutes, where she only she allocated 5 minutes. For our TME with the sexy voice, Duncan, he just used up just very nicely. Allocated time is 10 minutes, and he used 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Where our Vanessa, our intellectual lady, she also managed to handle the table topic sessions just very on time, which is 11 minutes and 17 seconds. And for coming to our table topic speakers, and kudos to all our guests and Kim Leung, our members, Ashu, Janice, I really admire your courage for the first time. All right, Kim Leung, you have used up 1 minute, so next time you can challenge again. And Ashu, okay, you have just used up very nicely just before I shout out the people. And Janice, you used up very nicely as well, the time, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We're coming to Taylor, who is our table topic evaluators. You could perhaps you are allocated with 6 minutes. You use up 3 minutes and 56 seconds. I think you could actually add in more information in terms of the evaluations for our speakers. All right, and yeah, we have we have just come. Okay, now the second part after the intermission, which is handled by SAA. Well, Justin did not come. I mean, it just like passed on already. So it was actually handled by Duncan that side. So our assigned speakers, bands, you are allocated with 7 minutes, but you use up 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So what I can encourage you that you can add in more content. What I learned from KJ, if for us to manage to handle a 5 to 7 second speech, you can manage your speech within 600 to 650 words. So then you will have around that timing. And for KJ, you have just managed on time before the 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 46 seconds. And for Suwan, well, this is a very noisy speech. So I can understand why you have went over time. But I mean, again, well, time is something that we need to manage on that. So you have actually gone over time for 44 seconds. And for GE, Christopher, you are allocated for 3 minutes and you have handled it with 1 minute and 45 seconds. And for our evaluators, Joanna, Vera, and also Chen Chun, you have all managed around that time, except for Chen Chun, because to manage that very challenging speech, and you have just gone like 10 minutes, 10 seconds extra. For grammarian washing, you have actually allocated 3 minutes, but you have used up 5 minutes and 13 seconds. In fact, I only people you around like 5 minutes. Reason being is because that I felt that we have to learn more from you in terms of the languages. So that's why I did not like really like give the siren sound. And Jingman, you use up 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's all for my timer report. And back to you, Mr. GE, Christopher.
Thank you very much, Ashley, for that report and also sharing the screen to share who are the role players that has exceeded the time and who are within the time. That's a very good way of showing and keep it short. Thank you so much, Ashley, for that tremendous effort. So with this, leaders need to be on time because every time when you lose a minute of your team, if you have 10 people in your team, a minute loss will be a 10-minute loss in the whole world. So this is why as leaders, we need to be on time and stay ahead of time as well. So with this, I would like to move on to my evaluation as a general evaluator. So I'd like to say thank you very much for having me as a general evaluator. We started on time as mentioned by Ashley, and we move on to Justin giving briefing on what the do's and don'ts of the meeting, which I find it very, very well done on that so that we all set the ground rules and we all set it properly and everybody can follow. Tonight, we have a great night. It's a really great night. We have 9 guests. And I believe that these are all mostly invited by Suwan. So with this, Suwan, thank you so much for being the papasan of the club by inviting so many people. You are like the guy who is at the district there calling people to come in. Yeah, thank you so much for your effort and thank you for being a great Vice President Public Relations for the club. So let's give him a round of applause for that. Yeah. And to all the 9 guests, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you really have a great time to learn from here and to on what we can do better and how you can actually get the tips as well. For those of you who are the first time and want to know how Toastmasters work, please stay back and also reach out to Suwan or reach out to some of the excos for more information. I would like to also echo out to one of our newest member, Rachel. Rachel actually took the time and also took the opportunity to self-introduce during the guests, and thank you so much for that effort. That was your first public speaking in the club. So Rachel, great job. Please keep it up. I look forward to your icebreaker. President, I know tonight is 9 guests, and knowing that there's 9 guests, my only advice for you would be time awareness. Be more prepared about if you have 9 guests, then you need to find ways to cut short either your prepared speech for the welcoming address, or you could have set the rule to all the 9 guests saying that to all the guests, since we have a lot of guests tonight, maybe you can just have a very quick one, self-introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and what you look for in this tonight's meeting. That's it. So very quick one so that everybody have a chance to play as well and you can stay within time. The next thing is I overheard that the way Diane was introduced was next, I would like to introduce our Mama Bear. I think that sentence is a bit too personal, I would say that it's okay for me as a member because I know who Diane is and I know who Mama Bear is. But to the guests who are first time, they were like, what, who? So this will cause a lot of funny things and arouse in their mind. So I will just maybe reintroduce it in a way. Next is for the toasting session. And I'd like to introduce our tonight, the one who is going to do the toast is Diane. Diane, who is blah, 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 also known as the Mama Bear of the club. Different, then people will understand. So I would say that will be my advice to you on how to introduce a next speaker in a very more proper way. And also to Diane, thank you for the wonderful personal story for the toast. And since you are the person who is raising the toast, because before the meeting, Jingman and everyone was asking all the guests and all the audience to actually prepare a glass of water. And I actually prepared my bottle. So I was ready for the toast, but your speech, your toast ended just, thank you very much, and you hand it back. So I thought that, should I toast then or should I drink then? So that was a bit of confusion there. So I guess that maybe as a toast, someone who raised a toast, maybe you can end it with, let's take this opportunity to raise our glass tonight and toast to the people who are very kind, or toast to the kindness of everybody, or something like that. So at least we know that, okay, you end your speech and it's a toast. So I think that was missed out, right? So that's why I was very confused, like, should I drink or not? Okay, so that's my feedback. And to my 3 technical role players, I already given you the feedback. To the evaluators, I've given you the feedback as well. And other than that, that almost sums up my whole speech. And I would like to give back the time to the meeting. I didn't take up full 7 minutes. I'm so glad. So with this, I would like to go through one more time on my notes. Did I miss out anything? Nope. Yeah, okay, one more. Actually, I think during the president's speech, there was no signal. So I think that's where Hashnu, who is our president, went over time because there was no colors. So maybe that part was the reason of why we actually also overrun by 9 minutes. Okay. And yeah, Taylor, table topic evaluator. I haven't given you a feedback because you were earlier. Taylor, thank you so much for the evaluation. You have chosen the method of grouping everybody up, and then you give the evaluation as an overall. So there's 2 ways of doing that. You have chosen this way. Another way that I've seen before is they go through one speaker at a time. So you have choose a group, and then after that you split into a few observation by speaker. So you actually did a hybrid. So thank you so much for being a hybrid evaluator tonight, and thank you so much for your effort. Table topics master, thank you so much again for the wonderful topics. Some of the topics were quite challenging, and so my only advice to you is also be aware of who you invite as a first speaker, because sometimes when you invite someone who is very new, he will get shocked. So maybe you can invite the first speaker like Cheng Chun, who is experienced, then at least he can show example, and then people will say, that's how it's done. Then only you go into someone who is very new. So there's nothing wrong. It is also giving an opportunity to Kim Leong, who is our newest member as well, to give an opportunity for him to come out on stage for a very first time. So with this, thank you for that courage for stepping up to even say a few words. For me, my first time, I can tell you, I have 40 R's in my table topic, and I ran out of words. People like me can run out of words. Yes, I did. That was my first experience. So Kim Leong, keep it up. I know you can do it. With this, I would like to say thank you so much to everybody for the opportunity. Thank you, and thank you for your altruistic time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Christopher Chong, for that very complete and precise evaluation. I'm pretty sure that all of our members have gotten value from it, and they can apply it for their next meeting so that they'll be able to improve as well. Because once again, progress is all about taking baby steps one at a time. Now, it's time for us to...
Sorry, Duncan, before you make
Yes.
the announcements. Okay, guys, just wanted to let you guys know, when you guys, because now we're moving into a situation where a lot of you are actually doing the higher levels for your pathways. This actually, like for Suwan's speech that he did, the project that he did is actually an advanced level speech. And previously, we actually do a lot more planning when it comes to it. Like Suwan, you're actually not supposed to assign the type of disruptors you get. That is actually the Toastmasters role. So in moving on, if any of you are actually moving on to your level 4 or level 5 or any part of your level 3, which is a bit more in detail, please reach out to your mentors and ask them a little bit more, because actually you guys are doing advanced speeches. And when in the O education program, actually advanced speeches, we do a lot of planning for it because it's a lot more technical actually. Yeah. So moving forward, anybody want to do a level 4 like what Suwan did, please plan ahead. If you're not sure, please ask me, ask any of your mentors, and we'll definitely guide you guys on that. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Diane. Now it's time for the most exciting part of the night, which is to announce our best speakers. So are you ready? Are you ready? You're ready? Let me see you raise your roof as we announce the winners. Okay, so now the first one is our best table topic speaker. So let's see who is our best table topic speaker. Drum roll. And tonight, the best table topic speaker goes to Janice. Big round of applause to Janice. The fact that she is actually a guest, it makes it even more impressive, because as a guest, you have your first experience in Elite Toastmasters, you're already a table topics speaker winner. That means that the next time you come in, it's not a visitor anymore, you come in as a member. All right, now the next one is our best prepared speech speaker, and the winner goes to, drum roll, Suwan. Big round of applause to Suwan. You definitely deserve it, Suwan. Looking at the effort that you put in, you have been cool, calm, collected throughout the entire session, where you have so many people trying to heckle you. I think you did a wonderful job. And with that, the last one, the last award for the best evaluator goes to Chen Chun, distinguished Toastmaster Chen Chun, for his very precise and thoughtful evaluation. And that, my friends, is the winners for tonight. So once again, a big round of applause and congratulations to our winners for tonight. And with that, I would like to pass back the control to our president, Hasnul.
Thank you, Duncan, for bringing up our Toastmaster session from beginning until to the end. It's very grateful having Duncan to be our Toastmaster of the evening. And actually, you have set high bar where our next timer need to play some before. So well done. Actually, I have two announcements. First, we're going to have an Elite Virtual Appreciation Night on 23rd January. And for all members, please do join our Elite Virtual Appreciation on 23rd. And please sign up, because we're going to distribute a Grab voucher. Okay. And to the guests, you are welcome to join our Elite Virtual Appreciation also. This particular session is for club to recognize our members who have performed in last year events. Okay. Second announcement will be in conjunction of Chinese New Year on February. According to our plan, we should have our February meeting on 11. Due to Chinese New Year, we're going to have new dates, okay, where Jiman will launch voting into our WhatsApp group and appreciate all members to cast a vote for the new meeting dates. Okay. Okay, let's move the spotlight to our guests. Okay, guys, to all guests, appreciate your feedbacks and what's your experience throughout the meeting. Can I have Farm to share your experience?
Yeah, actually this is very good experience. At first I thought I might very lazy to attend this event, but luckily I didn't do that, because if I miss this event or this opportunity, then maybe it stopped me for improve myself, because my 2021 target is improve my communication skills. Yeah, that is what my thought. Yeah, this morning I joined BNI. It's a bit tired already, but now I still join. Luckily I joined. Yeah.
Thank you, Farm. Thank you for your feedback. And let's move on to our next guest, Noradian.
First of all, thank you to Suwan for inviting me. I think there's so many tips that I learned, and I really hope that I've got time to join the Toastmaster Elite. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Noradian. Look forward for you to come again in our next Elite meeting. And let's move on to our next guest, Janice. Hi, Janice.
Hi. I think it's pretty fun actually. So I think I might join next time as a member, but how do I join? I don't know.
Yeah. If you want to know the detail and the process, how you can join our Elite Family Toastmaster Club, so someone will contact you after the meeting.
Yes.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here tonight. I had fun.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you for your feedback. Next, let's move on to our next guest, Daniel.
For me, it was quite interesting, a bit overwhelming to be honest, because there was a lot of things to pay attention to. But to be honest, I think it was quite fun. I'm hoping that the next time around I can join in one of the sessions. I'm not sure how you guys operate, but next time hopefully I can join too.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for your feedback. Don't worry, our Vice President of Member will contact you soon. So one will contact you. Thanks, Daniel. And let's move on to our next guest, Aishu. Any appreciate your feedbacks?
Definitely, thank you. It was a great session, and I was lucky to get an opportunity to speak during the table topic. So that was a good experience, and I think there'll be many opportunities to learn in future. So I would like to be a member. I'll continue. I'll stay on the call after the meeting is over.
Yeah, thank you, Aishu. Thank you. So one will contact you after our call. Thank you.
All right, sure.
Thanks. And is there any feedback? And what's your experience throughout our meeting?
I had fun. It was a really interesting session, I must say. A bit overwhelming. There's a lot of stories going on, a lot of things to catch up on. But I like that it's very challenging. Like the other two persons shared before me, I'm just curious as to how that works. So I didn't get a chance to do the table topic during the session, but yeah, I'd be more than happy to try my luck or my speech in that sense in the future.
Yeah, sure, Ken. Why not you join us back in our next meeting?
Sure.
Okay. So
be happy to.
Yeah, so I will contact you afterwards.
Thank you.
And let's move on to our next guest, Nicole. What's your experience and feedbacks throughout the meeting?
Okay, so it was a very refreshing and insightful session for me, and I really like how all the members are very enthusiastic and genuinely care about each other, giving useful feedbacks, and I learned a tips or two myself during today's session. Yeah, I really enjoyed the session myself.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
And thanks. Look forward for you to join in our next meeting. And our next guest, Mahua. You want to share with us your experience in our Toastmaster meeting?
I felt the meeting is very quality. It's a quality meeting. And then somehow I feel amazed by those orators, especially the prepared speech orator, whereby there's a different methodology, although there's still the sandwich evaluation, but it's different methodology from the Mandarin side, then which I gain and enhance my explosion for throughout the evaluation part. And then I also feel that the environment is very good. People speak English very well. Then I wish that I can arrange time to come next month again. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Bao. Our next meeting will be on tentatively on the 4th week of January. Okay, and for guests, to all guests, if you want to know details about the Toastmaster program, feel free to keep in touch with our Vice President of Member, Suwan. Okay, and now for the closing, I would like to congratulate our new member, Rachel and Kim Leong, for making a one step for 1,000 miles journey in the Toastmaster journey. Okay, welcome. And I would like to give a big thank you to all members, guests who are attend to our meeting despite your busy day. And I would like to give a big thank you and big heart to Jiman, Yi, although you are busy and not feeling well, but you managed to come also. All right. And to guests, feel free to join again in our next meeting. Okay. And join also in our Elite Virtual Appreciation Nights. All right. Okay. That's all for me.
Hasno, did Nicole speak? Actually, I don't think I heard Nicole.
Nicole,
Our guest Nicole.
she did.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for that.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for the mind. Okay, so with that, I would like to close our meeting and see you in our next meeting. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone. Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye.
We all want to
Good
continue
night.